Hello, everybody, and welcome to my conversation about the final and last episode of Nitan Pandao, or A Tale of a Thousand Stars. And this is the 10th episode, the last one. And I gotta say that I really enjoyed this series. I would love for you to leave me a comment and tell me what you think. So today I have a bunch of quotes, as well as I'll quickly go over what happened, and then we'll end. I definitely have enjoyed making the short series about this wonderful show, and I would love you to join my conversation. Okay? So talking about what happens in this series, first, at the beginning, Tien packs up his stuff and starts to leave. He leaves some notes around his house for the new teacher that's coming. The villagers come and send him off and tell him that they wish he wasn't going, but then Tien is sad because Pupa doesn't show up to say goodbye. We see as he's leaving that Pupa is watching him leave from the hill, and then one of the soldiers had given him a journal, a Torfon's journal back, and he looked at the journal and saw what Torfon's wish was, and her wish was for Pupa to find somebody who could make him happy. And so then Pupa wrote in the journal that he didn't need to worry anymore. He had helped her wish come true, because Pupa really did fall in love with Tien. And so after that, Tien goes home. He puts on the ring that Pupa gave him, and then he writes to Pupa in the village, but doesn't get any responses. So then he talks to his friend Tun, and Tun convinces him that he needs to go back to school. Then he goes and talks to the head guy of teachers that set him up to go to Pupa and Dao, and decides he wants to be a teacher. So he goes to he goes to his mother and tells her that he wants to study to be a teacher. She doesn't really like it that much, but she finally agrees to let him do it. And he finds out the next day that his mother says that he can teach English, but he has to go and study. He can be a teacher, but he has to go and study in America. So he agrees, and right before he goes, he gets a wedding invitation for the doctor. And so he goes, hoping to see Pupa at the wedding, but unfortunately Pupa hides and won't let him see him. So he gets ready to go. He writes a letter to Pupa and says that he's leaving to go to America so that he can do what he said. He said going to Bangkok wasn't far enough to forget him. And since Pupa didn't want them to be together, that's what he wanted. He wanted to forget him. But unfortunately, on the way out of the country, which I guess is actually not unfortunately, it's very fortunate. Beautiful. Pupa meets him at the airport and promises to get together with him once he comes back. Or not to forget him and remember him always. And then Tien comes back and meets him on the cliff, and they decide to finally accept that they love each other and get together. And that is what happened. So now I will go over my favorite quotes. As always, if you have any quotes you'd like to share with me that you thought were great from the show, go ahead and put them in the comment section. So first quote I have is the note that Pupa left him in Torfon's diary, and it says, "It doesn't matter that you didn't finish counting 1,000 stars that night. You already made Torfon's wish come true." And then Tien, in the letter he was writing to Pupa, says, "I have no grumpy green giant to keep his eyes on me." And then later, Tien when he's talking to Tun, he says, "I found my happiness in that village, but my parents dragged me back here, so now I don't know what to do." And then again, Tien says, "Sometimes you don't know what you really want until you try it. That's how you really get to know if it's right or not for you. And then the director of teachers says, a good line, when he goes to see him, he says, "If we only follow our passion and do what we love to do, then I should just stay home instead of breaking my back gardening all the time." And then he adds also, "Sometimes you just need to find a place that fits you. The place that fits you will make you grow." And then Tien, when he's talking to his mother and telling her he wants to be a teacher, he says, "Teaching children makes me happy." And then he also says, in a letter that he's writing to Pupa to say that he's going to America to forget him, he says, "I hope this will put us far enough apart that I can forget you." Then I have a quote from Toon, who says, when he's getting ready, he's in the airport, he's saying, "Cut yourself some slack. There are plenty of men for you waiting in America." Then Tien finally is getting on the plane when Pupa comes up, and Tien asks him eventually, "Can you wait for me?" And then Pupa replies, "How could I say no? Tien, I will wait. No matter how long it takes, I'll be waiting, I promise." And then, Tien goes ahead and says, once he gets back from his trip and he's on the cliff waiting for Pupa, and Pupa comes and he says, "You told me to follow," because Pupa's like, "Well, I didn't want you to come be here. Like, I wanted you to come back here, but I wanted to remember you, but I didn't want you to come live here." But this is what Tien says. He says, "You told me to follow my heart. I want to live here. Don't you want to be with me?" And then Pupa replies, "Can you remember that night when you missed one star? I found the last star. It was you. You are the star that fell to me. You have 1,000 stars. Make your one last wish." And then Tien says, "I wish us never to be apart again." And that was just a nice little fun, great ending for an awesome show. I definitely would recommend the show to anybody who wants to watch it, because it has an amazing plot and great acting, fun stories, and it's definitely one that I'm going to put in my list of my favorites. When I started, I said I didn't know, but I thought it could match maybe Dark Blue Kiss to be one of my favorite BLs, and that is definitely the case. I like it every bit as much as I loved Dark Blue Kiss, and definitely now still trying to decide if I would pick one to be above the other one. I don't know, but like both of them are amazing shows. And so if you'd like me to do a reaction on Dark Blue Kiss and tell you about the different episodes and say what I think about them and have a conversation about it with me, let me know. If there's any other show that you'd like me to have a conversation about as well, in the comment section, write it down and I will let you know what I think about it. But as for right now, I am done with the show, and I hope that you enjoyed talking with me. If you did, give me a like or subscribe.